My name is Anna. I am 24 years old. This is my story. I grew up in a small town. Life was quiet and simple. I lived with my parents. We were not rich, but we were happy. I worked in a small shop. I sold clothes and shoes. I met many people every day. But my life felt the same. Work, home, sleep. Every day repeated. My parents often said, "Anna, you should get married soon." They wanted me to find a good man. A man who could take care of me. One evening, my cousin introduced me to David. David was 27. He had a stable job. He was polite and gentle. He said, "Nice to meet you, Anna." I smiled and said hello. We talked about simple things. The weather, the town, our families. He made me feel safe. He listened to me. He was kind. After some weeks, David started to visit our house. He brought flowers for my mother. He helped my father with small things. My parents liked him. They said, "Anna, he is a good man." One day David asked me, "Will you be my wife?" I was surprised. But my parents smiled. They said, "Say yes." I thought about it. David was kind. He was safe. So I said, yes. He gave me a ring. Everyone clapped and cheered. We were engaged. Everyone was happy. But deep inside, I felt something missing. One Saturday, I went to the city with my friend. We walked in the park. The air was fresh. The sun was warm. I sat on a bench. I looked at the flowers. I felt calm. Then I saw a man. He was reading a book. He looked up and smiled at me. His smile was warm. My heart felt strange. I smiled back. He stood up. He walked closer. He said, "Hello." His name was Mark. He was 26. He lived in the city. We started to talk. At first, just simple things. Books, music, the weather. His voice was soft. His eyes were kind. I felt comfortable. I laughed at his jokes. I felt light. I felt happy. We walked in the park together. He asked about my life. I told him about my town. I did not tell him about David. I only said, "I am busy with family." He said, "Sometimes life feels heavy, but small moments can bring joy." His words touched me. I felt something new. Something I never felt with David. That evening, I thought about Mark. I smiled alone in my room. The next week, we met again in the same park. This time he brought coffee. He gave me one cup. "Here, for you," he said. We talked for hours. About dreams. About life. I felt close to him. Too close. My heart was not calm. I was engaged to David, but my heart began to move, and I did not know what to do. Days passed. I still met Mark. I told myself it was only friendship, but inside, I knew it was more. My heart beat fast near him. At home, David called me often. He said, "I love you, Anna." I said the same words, but they felt empty. My heart was far away. One night, my mother said, "David is perfect for you." She looked happy. She said, "He will give you a good life." I smiled, but I felt a heavy weight inside. The wedding date was fixed. My family began planning. David's family brought gifts. Everyone was excited. Everyone but me. At night, I could not sleep. I thought of Mark. His laugh. His gentle words. His smile. I asked myself, why do I feel this way? I am already engaged. The next day, I met Mark again. We walked quietly. He looked at me. He said, "You seem sad." I looked away. I wanted to tell him everything, but my mouth stayed closed. Mark said, "Anna, life is short. You must follow your heart." His words shook me. I felt tears in my eyes. That evening, David came with flowers. He smiled, but I could not smile back. He said, "You are my dream." But in my heart, the dream was different. I stood between two roads. One was safe. The other was unknown. The days moved fast. The wedding was only 1 month away. I felt like I was living a lie. Smiling outside. Crying inside. One evening, I met Mark in the park again. He looked serious. He said, "Anna, I like you. But I know you are engaged." My heart stopped. The truth was standing between us. I whispered, "Mark, I feel the same." He looked at me in silence. He said softly, "Then why are you marrying another man?" I had no answer. Tears filled my eyes. That night, I looked at the ring on my finger. It felt heavy. I asked myself, do I want this life? Do I want this man? I saw David's kind face in my mind. He was good, but he was not my heart. I thought of Mark. The way he made me laugh. The way he made me feel alive. The truth was clear. I could not marry David. The next day, I met David. I gave back the ring. He was shocked. He said, "Why, Anna? Did I do something wrong?" I cried. I said, "No, David. You are good. But my heart is not with you." He looked hurt. He turned away. He said nothing more. My parents were angry. They said, "You made a mistake." But for the first time, I felt free. I chose honesty over duty. Life taught me a lesson. Love is not about safety. Love is about truth. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more English learning stories.